Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Grimco exclusive trade show. We are actually broadcasting to you today from our legendary, infamous Grimco Chicago warehouse, where we've got a brand new 100,000 square foot distribution hub. We are inside our 5,000 square foot demo center. This place is amazing. You can't see it behind you, but we've got a sea of equipment, hardware, software, printers, plotters, laminators, everything we can do. And the fantastic part about our new demo center is our ability to show you demonstrations right out of the gate without you having to travel. We got a great virtual setup here, as well as a great team to show you. Grimco was founded in 1875. We are a wholesaler of sign supply products, and we are a manufacturer of sign supply products as well. Our products range from LEDs, digital print media, printers, other fabrication equipment, traffic signs, and also rigid boards and substrates. We really do it all. We are helping, graphics manufacturers grow, and we're doing it with over 50 locations from across the United States. I've been in the industry for over 16 years, and I've seen this company grow from where we were at with 12 locations when I started, all the way up to over 50 between the United States and Canada. So welcome everybody from the US and Canada today. Today's format is going to be a 30-minute presentation, and after that, we're going to do a 15-minute question and answer session. We have panelists and industry experts live, ready to answer live questions from you. So if you have questions, we really encourage you, go onto our Q&A section. There's two parts. There's a chat section. So let's say you're having some audio-visual issues and you need some help with that. But if you have questions and answers about the products that you see, anything you'd like to learn more about, we've got people on the question and answer section. So please utilize that section. We'd love to interact with you guys live at that. And then from there, we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Michael Kerber. I have been in the industry for over 16 years. I am the director of LED development for Grimco. What does that mean? I've been in thousands of sign shops over the years, and I listen and we talk to a lot of fabricators, estimators, business owners, and manufacturers. And everything we put into the products that we've developed into Hanley LED is built from your recommendations. So that's where we come to you from. So if you don't mind, I'll give you a little bit of history about Hanley LED, where we came from. Hanley LED is not a private label. It is a brand. It is a brand exclusively owned by Grimco, but we manufacture it to specifications. So again, all of the specifications and experiences and challenges that you have had over the years in fabricating illuminated signage, whether it's indoor graphic illuminated signage to outdoor pylons, you name it, we have built your recommendations into every little piece, and we build it to extremely high quality. We do not slap our name on someone else's product. Every component, high-end components such as our PCB boards, LED diodes, the most important pieces of an LED module or an LED light bar, we specify all the components down to the manufacturing process. And then every component and every module goes through 39 points of quality control. So again, this is not just your your run-of-the-mill bowl of Cheerios here. It is a good, high-quality, tier 1 quality product that you can count on. So to kind of put a little timestamp on where we're at right now. As you all know, the industry has changed quite a bit. We're in the middle of COVID-19. The reality is that the market's changed. Businesses have changed. And the way I like to see it is we are not trying to get back to normal. I think it's really important that between Grimco and your business, as we reboot and restart, that we're trying to figure out what the new normal is. And so I feel like if we go into rebuilding all of each other's businesses and partnering in our growth together, I think it's really important that we really work on figuring out where the new opportunities are for you, where the new business might be. Not only that, but where inside your fabrication shop, where inside your design firm, where inside your estimating team can we jump in and help support you in simplifying? Sometimes I feel like people around our company think my name is stupid because they like to say a lot, keep it simple, stupid. I think that's a lesson that we've got to learn through all of this is how can we find ways to simplify? And that is what we're going to show you today. So within Hanley LED, there's a lot that we want to educate you with to make you stronger, as well as to make our team stronger. we have a resource. If you go to grimco.com, it's called Grimco Connect. It's fantastic. If you, when you go there, we have blog articles that we have been writing for a lot of our different solutions and products within Grimco. We've got a fantastic team of people who have put together some great articles that either highlight solutions that Hanley LED can solve or just general challenges, whether you use Hanley LED or not, that we can help you solve. And so go to Grimco Connect. You're going to find some articles that are extremely helpful. What really makes Hanley LED important, in my opinion, what set us apart from the beginning, is that we try to find simple solutions. The idea is that as we try to simplify your shop, you look behind me, cabinets, structures, pylons, channel letters, there are so many things to illuminate in the sign industry that everybody is trying to find the right module for this, the right module for that. What do I use for 2 inches deep? What do I use for 8 inches deep? What do I use for 40 feet tall? What do I use for 2 feet tall? The great thing that has helped Hanley grow over the years and support thousands and thousands of sign companies is the fact that we can help you find as simply as 2 solutions. I truly believe that just 2 SKUs would be all it takes to light 90 to 95% of your signs. So as we talk about reinventing the new normal, let's help you reinvent the new normal that takes you from the owner of your sign company down to the sales team, to the estimating team, over to the production team, and how we can help you simplify with just 2 SKUs what it would take to make things simple so you're not worrying about learning experiences and inventory control and what do we use for this and what do we use for that. We want to put the power in your hands to go focus on you finding new opportunities, you making your company a leaner, more efficient company where the LEDs just do what you need it to do. That's our mission today. So I'm going to highlight, got a handy old school, I know it's virtual, but let's turn out our virtual magnifying glass. And I want to show you the components that we talk about putting on our products. One thing that makes Hanley LED really unique are everything from the PCB board, all right, the heat dissipating components, the quality control and bin coating of the chips that we do, and we'll get into bin coating a little bit later. But the majority of our products are all constant current. We don't cut corners and we don't stop at making sure that we put every extra penny necessary to make sure that our products are high quality, that they work every time when you put them in your signs. And ideally, what we call our Hanley trifecta, as I've talked to many of you that are on this video right now, I've learned a lot of things. So what do you need out of an LED? One, you need to make sure it works. It does. When you put it inside one of these, when you put inside a 2-inch deep cabinet and we tell you that it'll light without hot spots, you want to make sure it works. You want to put it in an 8-foot tall sign, a 40-foot tall sign, and we give you a recommendation, it better work. That's our promise to you. Second promise is that it works, okay? That it's not going to fail. We have what we believe is the industry's strongest warranty. 7-year product, 5-year labor warranty, right? The reason I use the word strongest is if you look at the wording of our warranty, I believe you'll truly find that you are covered on all ends to make sure that the signs you build do not put you at risk of being in trouble 5, 7, and further down the line years from now. So the reality is we've got a strong warranty, but what's more important, one of my favorite customers in Vancouver, Canada asked me a question. He goes, "Don't tell me about your warranty. Tell me why I don't need it." So let's get right into that. So one thing that's really important about LEDs is bin coating. We've got 2 channel letter A's. Inside these channel letters, what the bin code is you've got a 5,000 Kelvin temperature, 7,000 Kelvin temperature, 6,500 Kelvin temperature. What's important is to make sure that when you purchased one bag today, and then one of those bags falls off the shelf, and 6 months from now, your operations team finds that bag and mixes it in a channel letter sign, Tim Horton sign, Jimmy John sign, and you want to make sure that if they put the old bag in half of the Jimmy John sign and the other half in the other, that it lights out evenly. That's our promise to you, is that you get one color every bag, every day, forever, okay? So inside these 2 channel letters, we actually have 2 different LEDs. We've got our Phoenix Energy 2, 12 volt, and our Phoenix Energy 2, 24 volt. And you can tell that we've got these set up to where the color temperature is not only the same, the bin code, the color sorting is the same. I just mentioned a really important topic, 24 volt. 12 volt, what's better? I bet over the last couple of years you've heard a lot of this. What's better? What should I use? People ask me, Kerber, what should we use? 24 volt? Should we use 12 volt? Or I hate 12 volt, I want to use 24. I hate 24, I want to use 12. I'm here to really simplify that for you. What is better? Neither. There really is not that big of a difference between it. What you're seeing is as we grow, and as we grow into newer technology, we're using what we call high efficiency LED chips. What that means is we're putting out more lumens per watt, which means I can charge this channel letter up to the same brightness or a brighter brightness without actually increasing the wattage of it. So 12 volt versus 24 volt, I'm going to dispel a myth here. Inside this channel letter, we're going to zoom in on it here. We've got our Phoenix Energy 2 12 volt modules. Inside this channel letter, we've got our Phoenix Energy 2 24 volt modules. Identical layout, identical shape, identical lenses, identical color, identical brightness, and that's the key. The main difference between 24 volt and 12 volt, sometimes we hear some people say that you can plug more 24 volt modules into a power supply. That is not true. That's not the case. If you use a larger power supply, yes, you can. What you can do is what we call daisy chain or cascade more modules down off of that power supply. So let's say you have a 60 watt power supply. Let's bring you over here to our little demo station here. We're going to have Neil McNamara, who runs our demo center here, help us out. Neil, I want you to walk back to about, I'll tell you when to stop at about 40 feet, okay? You're walking really fast. Hold on a second. All right, stop. Okay, all right. So go ahead and, so what we're looking at right here is that on the right side, we have our Phoenix Energy 12 volt. On the left side, we have our 24 volt. If you're looking in the camera, you'll notice that we've got even brightness through all of that. What cascading means is that on the 12 volt, I can daisy chain 40 modules off the end of the 60 watt power supply. I can plug in 96 modules, but I can daisy chain 40 before I have to run them back to the power supply. So where Neil is standing right now is about the point where I would have to run extra wire back to my power supply before I can start adding on the remainder of my 96 modules. So Neil, go ahead and walk further back, all the way to the very last LED over there. Now, we are sitting at 55 feet. That is how many Phoenix Energy 2 modules you can plug into a 60 watt Hanley premium power supply, okay? You can plug the exact same number of 12 volt in as 24 volt, but the difference is, Wade's gonna show us, we're gonna turn on our light meter here, okay? And I'm gonna show you the brightness of the module right off the bat. The brightness of module number 1 is sitting at about 1069, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing at the same module, okay? And I'm leaning on the wrong part of the module. So right, there we go, 1000 right here. So we're showing you how 12 volt, 24 volt, same brightness off the same module. Wade, go ahead and come on this way. When we get to our daisy chain limit though, if we get past module number 40, let's take a look at how bright the 12 volt module is, okay? Once we get past that daisy chain versus the 24 volt module, and we're still hitting up after we get voltage drop and lumen drop, we're still putting out a tremendous amount of lumens up near 1000. There we go. And we would do the same. So we would do the same with our, if we went all the way to module number 80. That's the primary difference between 12 and 24 volt. The great thing is that within our Hanley Phoenix Energy series, we offer both. If you're a 12 volt shop, we totally understand it. We don't want to force you to go 24 volt. We've got it for you. If you are a 24 volt everything, that is where I think the primary advantage of going to 24 volt is. Cabinet products, such as our Phoenix Energy modules or our Phoenix Energy light bar, cabinet products like this typically are 24 volt because you're building large structures. So the key component of that is the more wiring, the greater distance you're running your wiring, the greater chance of line loss, voltage drop. So that's why you see a lot of light bars set up as 24 volt type products. This is our Phoenix Energy bar, actually designed, it's 24 volt, and it is designed so that it can ship in a box that is small parcel, so that in the US, we can ship it to you free shipping. In Canada, we can ship it to you economically. The idea is that you're not shipping long sticks across country. What this allows us to do is keep your inventory lean and allows us to support you. So within 1, 2, 3 days at max, we can get you just about any light bar. The great part about it is it's heavy duty. And Kyle, we've got Kyle Morris, our panelist on the line. Kyle, I'm gonna ask you a question. What's one comment that you typically get from somebody when they see how robust our Phoenix Energy Bar?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah, my name's Kyle, like Michael mentioned. I cover a large portion of our United States central region there. And the one common thing that I keep hearing is, as far as cabinet structures is concerned, is internal bracing, is having a system that does not require, or very little, rigidity bracing when it comes to bars.
So what Kyle's talking about is you get, once with a lot of quote unquote sticks out there, you get a lot of bars that are sagging in the middle. So they might be fast and easy to install by popping in the socket. As you can see over here in our Phoenix Energy cabinet, how we've got these to where they just pop straight in and out of the socket. What he's talking about is you get to a 6-foot length and your bar starts to sag in the middle. So yeah, you were able to install the bar nice and fast, but then you had to go in and zip tie or put something in to hold the middle of the bar up so you don't get sag in the middle. You can tell by this Phoenix Energy Bar, 6 foot, if I go up to 8 foot or 10 foot, I can hold this out just like that. Another great feature of the Phoenix Energy Bar is we cut back on your wiring. We supply you with a 6-foot whip right off the end so that you can power up your sign without having to put extra wiring, extra rip strip, and running that to your power supply. So that's a fantastic part about it. But again, I'm going to show you this quick. You notice how quickly it assembles. Comes in a box just like this. Your 4 foot and smaller is just one solid stick, but anything over 4 feet, we want to make sure that we can economically ship it to you in any method possible. So your installer is going to take it out of the box, flip it open, pull open the plunger pin, as you can see right here, and you're installed. You're ready to go. That's how simple that one is. If we were to take a look at our Kestrel stick, same concept. Any of our larger sizes, they come in a box but in 2 pieces, and they're designed to just pop in just like that. Even our Kestrel stick, this is more economical solution. When you look at our 2 series, we're going to shift over to what are the 2 solutions that we would direct you to. We have what's called our Kestrel series. Okay, Kestrel is our series when cost per foot matters most. We understand that every shop operates a little bit differently. Being a lower cost per foot does not mean that is lower in quality. So the Kestrel stick and the Kestrel 2100 modules, they're designed to be high efficiency. They are high-end modules, but as you can see, even a 6-foot bar has 0 sag in the middle. When your shop or when your estimating division is really focusing on something that's high-end, it's bright and cost-effective, you want to look for our Kestrel series. If you are looking for something that is robust, tier 1 quality, does not break the bank, is still very economical and affordable, but the advantage to it is that with its high efficiency nature, reduces the number of power supplies that you can light a sign with. So take a 24-inch tall Tim Horton sign or a 24-inch tall Jimmy John sign would typically take about 96 2 LED modules to light that one up, where most brands would require 2 60-watt drivers. Loading that exact same layout with their Hanley Phoenix Energy series that we have in our channel letter A's, it would only take 1 60-watt driver. So that's the advantage of the Phoenix Energy series. So if cost per foot is really what you're looking for, then I would take a look at our Kestrel 2 module, which is the exact same module that is placed on our Kestrel stick. I would also take a look at our Kestrel stick. Between those 2 products, 90% of your signs are completely illuminated. Occasionally you might need something different, but what it's going to take is not just telling you, we got 2 LED modules and we've got sticks and bada bing, that's all you need. The reality is the other component to, other than quality and availability and cost, you really want to make sure how versatile is it. We're building signs, you're getting creative, you're trying to recreate your new normal right now, and you're going to have to go out and get business where you're building 1.5-inch deep signs, 2-inch deep signs, 40 feet tall signs. So we're going to come over here over to our little demo station on this side.
And everyone, just
note, go ahead, Kyle.
Michael, if I could jump in real quick. What's nice about the bars, both the Kestrel and the NRG high efficiency bars, is they come in every T12 lamp size. Along with that, they're also able to be cut to exact lengths or whatever custom lengths that you want to as well. It's very important in that regard.
Yeah, that bounces right in. Thanks, Kyle. That bounces right into versatility. Our products being as versatile as they are, sometimes, listen, as a company that's been growing over 20% a year for the last 22 years, we have had to create a new normal every single year. And as we continue to do that, we have learned that, hey, find a way. Let's try and use our experience and see if we can shift some of that experience that we've learned and educate companies like yours on how we manage our inventory and see if we can find a way to blend that with yours. If you've got 6-foot bars on your floor and you need something to wire tomorrow, and you might, and rather than waiting till tomorrow to get a delivery of your 4-foot bars, you can cut these right down, pop the cap right back off, and you're all set. So let's talk about versatility. If you're going to shrink the SKU level down in your shop down to just 2 products to light every channel letter and light every cabinet and get color consistency throughout, you need a product that's extremely versatile. And both our Phoenix Energy series over here and our Kestrel series over here can do just that. What I've got right in front of me is a 12-inch by 12-inch box. It is 2 inches deep, okay? Kyle, how many modules would you say I might have inside this box? Let's play a little game. 3, 4, 7, 10?
I'm thinking 6. 2.
You're thinking 6?
5 foot.
Okay. Well, the price is wrong. It only took 2. Okay. It only took 2 modules to light that. And if I'll do that again in slower motion, you're talking 0 hot spots, 2 modules at just 2 inches deep is all it took. And I don't know if you noticed, but if you're into Easter eggs, I've hidden a little Easter egg inside this box. Coming to a theater near you will be the Hanley Premium Mini Driver. This is a 60-watt driver inside a 2-inch deep box with just 2 LED modules, 0 shadows, 0 hot spots. We're looking at about 60 days before we come to market with it. So expect to hear more from us, but that is something that you can expect to start seeing from our team coming in the future. Again, we want to develop solutions that make sense. We don't need everything that can start your car, light your house, light your sign, and drive a hitch full of Budweiser horses. You just need products that work and get it done. Here we go. Kyle, I'm going to call you out again. 3-inch deep cabinet, 18 inches by 18 inches. How many modules?
Oh, if I said 6 last time, I'm gonna say 8.
All right, wrong. Takes 4. 4 modules, 3 inches deep. This is our Kestrel series module. I'll remind you again, Kestrel 2100, 1 watt per module. Our Phoenix Energy products have the exact same versatility. So again, this is not, is Kestrel better for you or is Phoenix Energy better for you? All of their performance are identical. So if you would like to reduce the amount of power, if this was a Phoenix Energy module, we would only be driving about 2.5 watts full of power instead of 4 watts full of power. So the advantages of the NRG series are that you can use the same amount of product to light your sign, but use less power without sacrificing quality, without sacrificing brightness. Or if brightness is your punch, if that's what you want to put in your punch bowl, run these Kestrel modules right here. Put them to the test. They're absolutely amazing and fantastic. So I mentioned, though, that 90 to 95% of your signs only take about 2 SKUs, okay? So what about those other 5? So I'm going to break my own rule. All right, Kyle, how many modules would you say is in the 24 by 24 by 4-inch deep box?
Well, I'm high on every single one at this given time. So let's say 8.
Okay, he's thinking that there's 8 Kestrel modules in here. Kyle, you're wrong again. There are 0 Kestrel modules in this sign. We have our Stellar Edge mini module in here, fully illuminated, just as bright. I'll do that again in slow motion because I know all of you are amazingly surprised. All this took was 6 total Stellar Edge mini modules to light this from the edge. So occasionally you come across a job in a cabinet where we definitely understand you're doing blade signs, you're doing large pylon signs where our Stellar Edge mini and our Stellar Edge big could illuminate something extremely large. And we'll zoom in over here on this, on our next, imagine this being a pylon. This sign is actually illuminated. You'll notice that if we zoom in a little bit, what we don't have our energy sticks on. This is actually fully illuminated with our stellar edge. We've got modules on the bottom shooting up 6 feet high to fully illuminate without shadows, 14-inch deep sign with our stellar edge big. So again, occasionally those 5% to 10% of the signs where you do want something a tad different, we've got maybe 1, maybe 2 SKUs is all it takes. So here is my favorite thing of the day. And this is our Kestrel stick and our Phoenix Energy light bar. This cabinet, these LEDs are placed, this is a 6-inch deep double-sided cabinet. The LEDs are placed just 3 inches from the face. We are working on centers on what appears to be 12-inch centers. So again, versatility, 6-inch deep, double-sided, all the way up to 30-inch deep, double-sided. If you want to do 48-inch deep, we've got single-sided Kestrel sticks that can work with you. We have fasteners that allow you to do retrofits that mount around your socket. All right. We've got flex brackets that allow you to do round structures and whatnot. So between our whole Phoenix Energy line, between our Kestrel line and our Phoenix Energy family, all you need to do, pick your favorite module, pick your favorite light bar, and kind of have your chocolate chip cookies on the side, our stellar edge. And you have simplified everything that your sales team is out there promoting, your estimators are estimating, and that your production team has to learn how to install down to 2, maybe 3 SKUs. And again, let's reinvent the new normal, guys. Let's simplify your shop. Let's take the hundreds of SKUs that we have here within the Hanley LED family, and let's help you see if we can find just the 2 that takes to simplify your shop so you can focus your team, your purchasing efforts on doing what's needed. Some great solutions that we have, as I'll close out for you, HanleyLEDsolutions.com. Go there. We have a great feature, live chat. We'll chat with one of our live experts. If you have questions, what should I use? We've got a solution center, great resources. If you want to know, just teach your own employees how to use wiring diagrams, how to do home run wiring versus parallel wiring. We've got great articles on Grimco Connect. We also have wiring diagrams in our resources on HanleyLEDsolutions.com, Grimco.com. We've got live chat there as well with amazing experts. We have a full team of regional electrical sales specialists that if you just want to think through a job, if you're like me, I go to Home Depot and I realize I can save 5 minutes if I just ask someone where the nuts and bolts are. And I just made myself, my day, and my family more efficient. Do the same thing. Get on Grimco.com and HanleyLEDsolutions.com and use our live chat feature. And let us tell you where the nuts and bolts are. All right. Let us tell you where, which modules to use, which sticks to use. All right. And let's partner with you to see if we can work together with you. That's about all I've got to cover today. Kyle, go ahead. What do you have?
We've got some questions coming in fast and furious. Can you touch on some estimating tools and layout tools that Hanley LED offers?
Yeah, absolutely. So on HanleyLEDsolutions.com, we have Hanley Pro. That is our layout creator. Right now, we've got our cabinet solution center up to where you can type in any size, any depth cabinet, and you can pick any of our modules. Hopefully, you pick one of the 2, the Kestrel module or stick that we just talked about, or the Phoenix Energy series and Phoenix Energy bar that we just talked about. But you can lay out and compare any size cabinet. Coming to a theater near you will be Hanley Pro's channel letter solution. So expect to see that in the very near future. In the meantime, you can submit any layout. Go on HanleyLEDsolutions.com, submit your layout request. We've promised 24-hour turnaround time. We've been working on them hot and heavy right now, where our turnaround time's even better. But we are very committed to getting answers and solutions back to you fast. So those are some of the resources that you got. What's another question you're seeing, Kyle?
Michael, can you touch on the types of power supplies that Hanley LED offers?
Yeah, absolutely. So this one that I dropped on the floor, all right, if I drop it again, it's still going to work. We have our PPS 5 series. This is what we call our Ultra Premium series. 7-year warranty, all right? 7-year warranty on these products. They are multi-tap, which means that they run from 120 or 100 to 277 input voltage. What really makes them unique, power supplies are power supplies. I get it. One, they are cost effective. Two, what does make them extra premium, UV jacketed sleeve over our wiring gives you extra UV protection. If you go to the SAM and look at our UL conditions of use, all right, go to their IQ website, you'll notice our conditions of use do not say that they require an enclosure when installed inside a sign. That saves you time and saves you labor. More importantly, we've got on here our input amp pull, okay? You'll see on here, it says max input amps of 0.8. What that means is there are power supplies that might save you $1, might save you $2 or $5. However, the input amp pull on them might be higher. They might be 0.9, they might be 1. There are some in the industry that are 1.5. What that means is if you're trying to load up a 20 amp circuit, you can put a lot more of these on a 20 amp circuit than you can most other power supplies. Again, that saves you labor on the entire job and on the entire install. So we might be $1 or $2 higher than whatever other solution you're working with. But when you work with us day after day, when you work with our power supplies day after day, you get, you've got a lot of versatility that cuts your cost. We do go up to 100 watt, 150 watt, and 240 watt power supplies in both our 12 volt and our 24 volt solutions. All are class 2. That means that you can use these in LED signage, and that means that our outputs do not put out any more than 5 amps. So when you wire up our power supplies, go to HanleyLEDsolutions.com, pull up our wiring diagram, and you can show your installers, and we can help educate them on how to install modules on a power supply to make sure you don't overload or overheat your power supplies. But these things are built like trucks. They've been fantastic. Our quality control rate and our failure rates in our products are well under 0.005%. And really, we've got too much business at Grimco outside of LEDs to put a bad LED product out there. If our LEDs fail, then it's not just our relationship with you or the LED sign that we're at risk of losing. We're at risk of losing all of the other business that you're going to hear about during our virtual trade show. So it is absolutely a personal mission from myself and the entire Hanley LED Solutions and Grimco team to make sure that quality control is absolutely important so that you've got the confidence that you need to just take care of business. Kyle, fire another one at me.
Michael, another good question is in terms of power supplies and their durability, that with generally speaking, that being the weak link in any given sign, can you touch on the durability of our different tiers of power supplies?
Yeah, the durability of our different tiers of power supplies, they go through extreme heat dissipation testing. They can take high heats. If you go to our spec sheets, you'll find on there that we have we've got heat ratings. It's important when you install your power supplies that you pay a lot of attention. You can follow all of the UL rules, which is 4 inches side to side between power supplies. That means you want to make sure your power supplies at a minimum are 4 inches side to side and at least 1 inch end to end. However, if you're operating in your sign in a hot climate, then you may need to expand that, because let's say you stack your power supplies one on top of the other. Where does heat go? Heat rises, cold air sinks. So the heat from your bottom power supply rises to the top. So when you're manufacturing and engineering your signs, you still have to take, even when you follow the specs, you still have to take natural environmental solutions or conditions in mind. But the power supplies and durability are very strong. Our failure rates are extremely low. A lot of what we find when we do get power supplies back is what has shut them off is what I call an environmental challenge. That means it's not your fault as a sign company or your installer's fault. Doesn't mean the power supply didn't do what it was supposed to do. It actually did what it was supposed to do. Something, whether it's a power surge, some sort of power draw, fluctuation, what I like to call disturbance in the force. Dirty power is a great example. Dirty power is whatever happens at 2 a.m. when we're all sleeping that shut the sign off. That doesn't happen at 2 a.m. any other day. That can happen to cause the power supply to trip off. Sometimes it's waiting for you to come back and flip it back on. But when you're out servicing a sign, you're not going to take a guess. You want to take it out. But most importantly, even the ones we get back, over half of the ones that people send back to us, they turn on. They work just fine. So they're doing what they're supposed to do, but the quality is extremely high, whether it's our PPS EM series that we sell in both US and Canada or our PPS 5 series that we sell here in the US. Quality is absolutely a big deal. And occasionally, that brings up a point, Kyle, about power supplies. There are some solutions out there where the power supply is built into the light bar. The challenge I think you have with some of those is that if your power supply, because again, power supply would be the first thing to trip. If the power supply in your light bar were to trip, you're changing out the entire bar. The quality of the quality of the product might be good, but what you're putting you or your customer in a position to do is more unnecessary warranty covered service calls. Again, the idea, just like my good friend up in Vancouver asked me, tell me why I don't need your warranty. Don't tell me what your warranty covers. And that's what's most important for us here, is to make sure that when you do work on your signs, the least amount of labor is needed. And I'm still a very big proponent of having a secondary power supply to your light bar just for service factors. Go ahead, Kyle.
Michael, another question I'm getting, and I think this would be a great segue into the next presentation as well, but can we touch on our RGB solution and how that our RGB solution is controlled versus other solutions?
Yeah, absolutely. So within Hanley LED, as you can kind of tell, simplicity. Again, I mentioned that Kyle likes to call me stupid because he's always telling me to keep it simple, stupid. When it comes to RGB, same thing. The RGB solution that we have within Hanley LED is what we call basic RGB. We designed it to be that way. 90% of the RGB applications out there are where at Easter, someone wants their sign to turn yellow. Valentine's Day, let's show the love. Let's turn the sign pink. Christmas comes, other holidays, Halloween, change it green, red, whatever colors you're looking for. But basic RGB means every module, when they change colors, every module changes their animation at the exact same time. They all fade, they can still strobe, they can blink, they can flip back and forth. Every module does it at the same time. So our Hanley LED RGB controller, again, is also a basic one where it's got preset programming that's built into it. However, if you do have another controller, another basic style of RGB controller, you can use it with our LEDs. With that said, the other style of RGB LEDs is what's called addressable. That means every module can dance its own tango. Okay, that means this module can turn red when this one's green, and they can chase each other. All right, do a little happy dance inside the sign. That allows you to do a lot more intricate animation. We're going to share with you in our next presentation with G2G about how we have addressable RGB offerings. We don't put that in the Hanley family because, again, Hanley family is designed to keep your shop simple. 90 to 95% of your jobs can be done by two solutions. And Kyle, you just brought up a great point. That RGB would be one of those 5 to 10% where you need something a little bit unique. But that's a great question. Basic versus addressable RGBs. Hanley offering is basic, very easy, very simple to install. We've got installation instructions up on our website as well. And any of our experts can also teach you how to wire those as well. And we'll get into addressable stuff on the other side of the G2G presentation.
Michael, customers are already starting to hop onto HanleyLEDsolutions.com and are asking about the NRG series, the NRG1, the NRG2, the NRG3, and 4 modules. Asking about the color shift and the bin coding between the families.
Okay, gotcha. Well, the great thing is that when you're talking about color shift within our energy family, the answer is there is none. The cool thing is that our energy family, again, the Energy 2, I really believe is your go-to module when you're talking about using power saving, energy saving without sacrificing brightness type module. However, if you are a sign company that does like a little bit more punch, we've got our NRG 3 1 watt module, right? We've got our Energy 4, which is a 1.44 watt module. 1.44 watts at 170 lumens per watt puts out over 244 watts. I remember our old P4144. Raise your hand in front of your computer if you remember the P4144 and how many jobs you landed as a result of that awesome module. That was a 1.44 watt module that put out 144 lumens. This one puts out 1.44 watts, or pulls 1.44 watts and puts out 244 lumens. Technology is increasing, but the way we set up our Energy 1, which can go down to 1.5 inches depth, or 1 inch if you're doing push through or blade signs, to our 3, our 2, or even in our variety of color temperatures, same bin code within that family. So if you build a sign with Energy 4, a cabinet with Energy 4, and you have channel letters set to enhance that sign, and you've put Energy 2 in it, you've got the exact same look. That way you don't have to overpopulate your cabinet with your 2s or over brightness your channel letter with the 4s. And if you, when you submit a layout, you let us know that you're having us lay out 2 signs that are going to be going into the same application, and you want to make sure that we've got a brightness match, all you have to do is let us know, and our layout team or our electrical specialist will help figure out how many Energy 4 modules you would need, or how many Energy 2 modules you would need to not just get the same color, but get a very similar lux at the face at that point. Hope that answers the question, Kyle.
Yeah, perfect. I've got a couple more before we wrap up here in the next few minutes.
Absolutely.
But, perimeter lighting seems to be a topic right now. Can we touch on our Stellar series a little bit more?
Well, we can, but it's going to cost you a little bit. Wait, let's bring the camera over here a little bit. So Kyle, the reason I said it's going to cost you is I'm going to ask you, how many modules, pop quiz again, how many modules do you think I have to light up this cabinet?
It's got to be 4.
All right. Do you see any shadows in the face?
I do not.
All right. How many center poles do you think I have inside this cabinet?
Something that small, you don't have one.
All right. Again, Kyle, you are wrong way too often, my man. All right. Kyle is actually one of our experts in the company. I've been putting him in a tough position by answering these wrong. I've got a 9-inch deep double-sided cabinet here and a 4-inch wide center pole, right? Or it's actually a green drain pipe that I pulled from my garage that I used to put in some drain piping. I've got 6 Stellar Edge modules. I only need 2 to light this up, but I wanted to create some extra pop with all this ambient light. When you've got ambient light, sometimes you need to flood your cabinets with a little bit more light. If this was at night, Kyle would have been right. 4 modules is all you need. But again, I'm going to show you 4 Edge Light modules and Stellar Edge Bigs for bigger, deeper, taller cabinets. Stellar Edge Minis like we have over there in that other sign. 9-inch deep sign, 4-inch deep center pole down the middle, 0 hot spots. That edge lighting, the fantastic thing is the way it works is the light is not shooting at the face. It's not coming at you. It's actually having a dance party inside the sign, okay? You do not want me to dance in front of this camera. But when it dances across that sign, that light is shooting at that center pole, and it's actually spreading out and canvassing both sides of it. That's why we're able to hide the structure. So edge lighting, when you have a single-sided cabinet or double-sided cabinet that's got tension rods or a whole variety of structure, or you're going to go retrofit a sign and you open it up because there's some sign company made it and you're like, holy buckets, who built this sign? There's no way we're going to be able to light this. Put us to the challenge. Our better Stellar Edge can work around that structure inside the sign. So Stellar Edge Big, Stellar Edge Mini for a whole variety of applications just like that. All right, so we are coming up on time, everybody. Thank you so much. Continue to use Hanley Chat, Grimco Chat to extend your questions. We appreciate everything. You can expect to see some of this if you've got some friends that you feel like there was an education point in here that helped you out and you want to share it with your friends. Over the next week or so, go to Grimco's YouTube channel and you will start to find these videos on there so that you can share them with your friends and you know, pull up some popcorn and watch them on Friday movie night, right? Thank you, everybody, and have a fantastic day. And let us know if we can help you with anything. Cheers.